Nica Libre. Aganostra leaf? Well, anyway, that's what I'm going with. Hey, everybody, I'm looking. This is Cigar Vlog. So here's the thing. This is easily one of the more confusing to read fonts because I didn't know if this was Aganostra, Aganorsa, something like that. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I get irritated when people do weird shit with writing, like capitalizing every word or writing in wingdings for some god-awful reason, or whenever an Asian decides he's going to be an author for that day. Anyway, I'm going with Aganorsa on this one. Aganorsa leaf, and I don't really know a whole lot about it other than the fact that it's a Nica Libre, which hopefully means it should be good. It's got a huge set of like 3 caps, almost looks like a quad cap. It's just like a little over the top. Point is, I don't think I'll have any problems being concerned about how low I cut this, provided I don't cut it the band, with it coming unraveled. There we go. Yeah, scorch it up real good there. Yeah, seal in the juices, you see. Well, right off the bat, clean tobacco. A little sweet. Not a whole lot of anything, really. Hopefully this sucker will wake up. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to get this down to about the first inch and see if hopefully we get a little bit more flavor out of this. Okay, pretty solid inch in so far. The overall mouth flavor is good clean tobacco with a little sweet and a touch of baking spice. The flavor really starts coming into its own in the retrohale, where at that point you get that baking spice, but also kind of a sweet burniness. It's kind of got that graham crackery thing going on. So definitely a lot lighter, which is kind of par for the course considering how light the wrapper is. But yeah, go ahead and smoke this one while eating marshmallows. Anyway, I'm gonna smoke this down to halfway point. I'm a little concerned about the fact that the band is a little off center. Not too sure why that is. Either somebody got in a hurry or what have you. But that's annoying. I'll put it lightly. I'm just hoping it comes off of their clean. If there's anything that'll ruin a cigar, it's when you got a big glob of goo stuck to your wrapper, stuck to your band, where the actual paper sticks to the wrapper. And when that happens, it can tear a nice big hole in there and make an absolute mess. So I'm going to hold off on taking the band off because it's on there kind of tight. So anyway, I'm going to get this down to the halfway point and give a friend take it up from there. Take it up through. I kind of lose count when the actual updates are. Anyway, midpoint update. You get the idea. Okay, so this isn't really the halfway point, but yeah, just decided to flop off here. So kind of an interesting point that I decided to do that. Now, I was expecting that to be about here or so, as opposed to where it did. So if you're looking for a long ash, definitely not your choice. Almost looks like there's a little bit of a stretch right here. So basically I'm marking off a little bit of the construction here because, I mean, I know Nica Libre does not do poorly constructed cigars. That's it. This one's a little weird because it's got a couple of holes in the wrapper. And just the wrapper, I think the binder is just fine, so it smokes just fine. And there appears to be a little bit of a stretch here or something weird. But otherwise, you know, it always weirds me out if I don't get a long ash of was supposed to be a high quality cigar, because I mean, obviously it is high quality, but it's like I always get weirded out why certain cigars will do that and others won't. Then again, it's not really that big of a deal, because there's some cigars that just like flower off and flake every 2 inches, even though they're all long filler. But typically, when you find somebody that like drops ash every inch, half inch or so, that usually means short filler. Usually, not always. Like I said, there are some that just start feathering out like crazy and just make a mess. So I'm not too sure what's going on with this one. Seems to be well constructed well enough, but just a little bit of a weird out for me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get a proper update. I think it's the halfway point about here. As far as just a quick touch on the flavors so far, it's been actually pretty consistent since the last update. Getting a little stronger, bubbly. Yeah, it does seem to be building. So, I'll give a proper update at the actual halfway point, which is going to be about an inch or so away. So that's going to be several minutes from now. Okay, I'd say this is a proper halfway update point. Go tap that. So far, the main vibe I've been getting off of this, tea and cookies. Like hot afternoon, tall iced tea, and like a snickerdoodle. And that's a fine and dandy cookie, but there is nothing out there that makes you feel more like a Fruit Loop than saying snickerdoodle. Think about that for a second. Say it in your head a couple times. You'll start wondering what in the world is wrong with you. Anyway, like I said, the overall flavor in the mouth is really not too kablam, kind of whiz bang. It's not really there, When you do get it, it has a very tea-like, like English tea, Earl Grey, very tea-like note to it. A little tea, so sweet. Every so often you get a little bit of baking something, baking spice, a little breadiness. Now the retrohale is pretty much all graham cracker. Just it's got that kind of baking spice, a little breadiness, a little yeasty kind of thing going on. So yeah, 100% tea and cookies. Like good quality tea and cookies. On the plus side, it does actually build up as you go along. It starts off kind of a little on the bland side, but then it builds and you start noticing it. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and carefully try to remove the band. I'm hoping it's not stuck to the wrapper because that will piss me right the hell off. And I'll give a final update at the nub when it starts burning my fingers. Okay, final update considering the fact that we're getting down to the nub and flavor's kind of starting to wash out. So far, flavor has been pretty consistent. It has a nice little build-up throughout the majority of the actual cigar. Main flavors I get, like I said before, it reminds me very much of a good high-quality tea and a decently spiced cookie. Flavor in the mouth is very unobtrusive. It is there, but it's kind of mild. Now, I'm not a particularly big fan of particularly mild cigars, so I probably won't be investing too much in Nica Libre. But overall, if you're into the milder stuff, this would be right up your alley. Drink pairings definitely go with, well, like I said, tea. A nice tall iced tea. If you wanted to have something a little harder than that, maybe a Long Island iced tea. As far as something like a spirit or something like that, I wouldn't recommend coffee. I wouldn't recommend any kind of hard liquor or anything like that. Then again, you can drink, you can smoke this with whatever you like. You can drink a milkshake with it. I don't care. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But yeah, overall, it just has a very nice hot afternoon. Tea, cookies, just sit back, have a nice relaxing conversation. It is definitely a good cigar to relax with. And that's kind of the whole point of the cigar. Flavor and just relax. So yeah, if you want something that's real mellow that's going to end up just getting your chill on, definitely check these out. Otherwise, not much else to say about it, other than I'm kind of weirded out by the construction. It seems to be really well constructed, but there's a couple of flaws in the form of a couple of wrapper holes, the occasional stretch, the fact that the ash kind of flops off at weird points. I really need to stop paying so much attention to the ash, I really do. Anyway. Yeah. Minor construction issues aside, which are very minor, just kind of more aesthetic than anything. Like I said, if you get a chance, check them out. But beyond that, that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to say about this one. If you like this review or any other review, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how you feel. Or if you want to see anything reviewed, or if you've had a different experience. Or if you think these are just stupid, I should stop. Anyway, other than that, check out my Twitch stream Sunday to Friday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. If you can't make it live, which most people are probably not night owls, it is recorded for a couple days afterwards. Anywho, that's all I got. I'll see you next time.